And welcome back from the mid-season break to Chasing the Delta Academy Sprint Race League. We are coming at you with week 4 here at Long Beach in California. It's definitely been a love-hate relationship with this track for a lot of the guys, both for people that know the track already and guys that are checking it out for the first time. Um, Not a whole lot of street courses on iRacing in general, so a lot of different stuff, to get used to in terms of how you can approach the exits, how you can approach the entries of corners. Typically, when you're learning a track, you can practice sending more speed through the middle of the corner, and if you run off into the gravel, into the grass, your time is ruined. You get a 1x, but you can continue on. Here, if you overstep your exit, you're towing to the pits. So I have related it to the guys as pretty much playing that old school game Operation, where you gotta put your tweezers in between the the metal boundaries to grab the different pieces without buzzing yourself. Um, a lot of our viewers may not even understand that reference, but that's how it feels when you're learning this track. Got to keep it perfectly in between the lines while going as fast as possible. Um, Watching our drivers warm up now. We've got a couple minutes left in the warm up before we start our. Oh, has a big wall contact in the background there. Got a couple more minutes in our warm up before we start our qualifying. For the sake of our drivers, we've decided to modify our format a little bit this week. Rather than the typical open quali F1 style qualifying format where everyone's on track at the same time, we've elected to go with solo qualifying this time. So once we hit our qualifying portion of the session, all our drivers will be in essentially their own instance of iRacing. They can set their own qualifying laps without worrying about traffic, without worrying about others on track. And that'll give a lot better idea of where everybody's pace is at, because you're not going to be bottlenecked in the hairpin. You're not going to be bottlenecked coming out of turn 5. Just be able to run your race. But once we hit the end of that 10-minute qualifying session, it is back in the thick of it with all of our league racers. Our practice on Sunday had some pretty promising race starts, actually. For those of you that might not know, those of you that might be interested in joining the program, we run a Sunday practice where we have an open practice session where we can let everyone get familiar with the track. Then we run some racing drills, side-by-side practice with partners and overtaking drills. And then the last 30 minutes or so of our practice is green flag starts and, for lack of a better term, scrimmage races, where we'll run 3 or 4 hot laps, then get everybody back up and do another green flag start. Because anybody that's run these 15-minute fixed GT4 sprint races will know that a race can be won or lost in how you handle the start. It is absolute chaos. Not a lot of time to make overtakes on track. So drivers in public lobbies will be taking every opportunity they can to send it on one another. So just a long-winded way of explaining that we had some green flag start practices and they were pretty promising. One of the great things about learning and racing with a bunch of friends in the CTD league is that you don't want to piss each other off. So a little bit of extra room is given compared to what we see in the public racing lobbies, and hopefully that's what we'll see tonight. There's still points on the table. We still have a couple battles in the championship standings as far as drivers. Let's see if we can pick one driver so we can actually follow them around track here. We do have drivers that are developing rivalries. They're fighting for points, they're fighting for positions, but no real money on the line. The whole goal of the program is to be sort of a high-speed classroom where you can practice overtakes, practice racecraft, and then take those into the public racing sessions with the goal of reaching 2K iRating, upon which point you'll be a CTD graduate. So that's a little rundown of the goal of the program, a little bit of what we do as we watch Nick Cox take his car on the outlap for his qualifying session here. It's a little bit eerie seeing the track so empty at this point. Normally we've got cars already trying to give space, jostling for positions in the open quali, but Nick Cox using his outlap to get a little extra runoff and a little bit of an extra run into his first flying lap. Let's walk through the lap here, crossing the start-finish line. We're running parallel to the pits. Coming under this pedestrian bridge, we're coming into the heavy braking zone for turn 1. That double blue line is track limits. Coming through turn 1 with good momentum. Turn 2 right here, coming around the fountain, and turn 3, the kink coming out of the fountain, brings you into a high-speed turn 4, right out to the edge of the wall, little wiggle, that's okay. Turn 5, you eat up those temporary curbs. Get to the right side of the track for turn 6. More heavy braking, downhill. Turn 7 is essentially not even a corner. That's what Nick's going through right now. As we come into turn 8, the first chance to actually catch your breath as a driver. A little bit of a short straight coming into turn 9. More temporary curbs. Let's see if he eats them. Yep, nice work there. Then turn 10, the carousel that seems to never end. Oh, and Nick just carried a little bit too much speed, kissed the wall there. Seems to be bailing on that lap and using that strategy through turn 11 once again, the final hairpin, to get a little bit of extra momentum going into his second flying lap. No damage visible on the car, so I'm sure he'll be able to come back from that just fine. Switch drivers here, and let's go on board with Jeff Siegrist, our current pole sitter. If it sounds like I have a frog in my throat, it is because I do. My apologies to the viewers. Getting over a little bit of a cold, but we're here, ready to check out the action. Back into turn 10 here. Stay on that dark line that's rubbered in. Probably the slowest hairpin in the entire iRacing simulation right there, turn 11, and a nice lap from Jeff coming back across the line. He just had his pole taken away by quite a few drivers are putting in good times. Now Siegrist falls back to P4, and I have been talking up quite a storm, so I'm going to bring us back into the driver's room. We'll hear if it's dead silent with focused drivers or if they're chit-chatting strategy. Thanks again for joining us.
Ah, black flag, damn it.
I got disqualified.
How?
Why? Did it tell you why anywhere?
Because I wrecked myself after the checker flag.
There you go.
I didn't know that could happen.
Thanks.
All right. Nice laps, guys.
Yeah.
I think I had my 3 fastest times ever were in that session that qualified.
Hell yeah.
Perfect time to pull them out, man. That's awesome. It was so eerily empty seeing the solo quali, but
Yeah, it was.
hopefully you guys enjoyed that for this week.
I got one fucking lap in. Let's go.
Well, I'm gonna keep our driver's briefing pretty short tonight. Same stuff is always gonna apply. You know, give each other some space. Let's make sure that we're making passes on merit and not necessarily dive bombs. I know that's gonna be a little bit difficult to do here, so just try to be patient. Get those moves set up ahead of time. Hats off to Zaid. Congratulations on that pole lap.
Thank you.
So you're going to set the pace after the pace car goes into the pits. You can go whenever you'd like to go. You do not have to wait for the green flag. With that being said, everybody else is going to go when Zaid goes. Other than that, let's try to go single file through the hairpin at the start on our warm-up lap here. What else? Clayton, Keith, you guys have anything to add in there?
Good luck.
Yeah, I think we saw some really solid race starts, and we saw some ones that went south. So in our practice, so hopefully everybody was paying attention to what happened in both of those. Just because there's the hole in front of you going into turn one doesn't necessarily mean you have to go for it. I mean, we are racing, but I'd like to see everybody get through turn one. And once it's single file or close to it, then I would say it's fair game. But that's just a suggestion, and good luck, guys. You've done a really good job learning very tough track this week.
Good luck, everyone.
3 wide into fountain.
Yeah, that's basically what I was saying. He's getting the point.
No, we've done 4. Let's do 5.
Come
How many
on,
people can?
Cayman's not that wide.
Good luck, guys. We'll catch you in 20 minutes.
Good luck, gentlemen.
All right, thank you.
Man, it's nice actually having something to see from the blimp view here at Long Beach. A little bit of scenery. It's not just like grass and a couple half-hearted trees.
Hey, you leave VIR alone.
I want to apologize to the viewers in advance. As we're seeing right now, there's a lot of bridges in this place that can sometimes get in front of the camera angles, so I'll do my best to keep the eyes on the action. But otherwise, we're seeing Adrian give Howard a little bit of a hello bumper kiss already.
Just making sure he's awake, you know?
Yeah.
Keeping him on his toes. Is everybody gonna go single file, or are we gonna try to force this too wide?
There was.
We're figuring it out. We're bottlenecking, but we're figuring it out. Uh-oh. That's gonna give these guys in the back a hell of a race start.
Yep. Green
Oh,
flag.
oh, no.
Come on,
Okay.
Dylan. Get on the gas.
Stay
You're good. Okay, pretty strung out. Going into turn 1. Carey's holding his P2. Little squirrely from Kevin under braking, and he keeps it out of the tires. Nice work.
Nice. Looks like we're pretty much single file through the fountain. And then I lose everybody.
Oh, Zade's
Zade with a
around.
spinner.
And another spinner.
Oh!
That's the spot to do it. I think they both kept it out of the wall. They're both holding their brakes to let traffic through.
It almost looks choreographed.
It did a little bit, yeah.
Cue the waltz
Just-
music.
Just a little bit of synchron. Oh, and then Jeremy into the wall on his U-turn thing. Losing the rear wing.
Not the way he's gonna want to start this race.
No. Well, we've got Carey now with an early lead. Kevin up to a P2.
Now, something to keep in mind, both of these guys are
Oh.
grads. So right now we actually have Eddie in the lead for our Pro-Am.
Yeah.
Is Eddie running the Rexy livery? Is that wrong? Are you guys seeing him in a CTD?
I'm not. I'm seeing him in a Rexy livery.
Yep, same here.
Interesting. Okay. That
Man's
is gonna,
too cool to run his own artwork.
I guess so. That's going to throw me for a loop, but respect. Maybe he's going for the intimidation factor. Bold move on the Intimidator car in front of him, but let's see if it pays off. Oh, I heard a couple crunches into that turn 4
Yeah.
exit wall. I think they were just kisses.
Saw a couple cars just kiss it.
The theme from the warm-up session was keep it to a smooch.
Yep.
Nothing more than a smooch, and you're gonna be okay here.
Start getting any more aggressive than that, and you're gonna have some problems.
Yep. In life and in racing. So we got Jeff Segrist hot on the bumper of Eddie here. We followed him through a lap in quali, his onboard. He was looking very confident.
Looks like Adrian just lost his rear end a little bit. Still facing forward, but lost a ton of time to Howard.
Jeff's looking like he took turn 11 hairpin a lot better than Eddie here. I don't think he's
Yeah.
going to have a move into turn 1 unless he's extremely bold.
Oh, we're looking at it.
Is it there though?
Oh, it's
It's gonna get dicey coming into
this
the fountain.
is gonna get awkward.
It's so hard to hold the outside here. Oh!
Oh,
I think that's okay.
everybody made it through.
I think everybody's okay. Eddie's going to be super compromised, but he actually keeps the position.
Oh man, this is really letting Nick and Howard both just catch right up to the back of them too.
Nick goes for the outside line. Jeff back to the inside. Howard's looking for any hole he can possibly find.
Yeah, Howard's just got a blocked track in front of him here.
And that's let Adrian get back to the swing of things as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Damn, this is a really good battle for third.
For third, yeah.
Yeah.
This is turning into...
Sorry.
I was going to say the same thing. 5-car battle for third right here. Oh!
Oh!
Eddie into
Eddie
the
into
wall.
the wall.
Oh,
Oh.
smooch for Nick Cox there. I saw his front end get bent in. I think it was
Yeah.
net code. It looks like it may have popped out already. Another side-by-side into turn one, potentially. Eddie's taking the inside this time. That's tough. Can he keep the exit? Nice.
That was a good exit.
Especially entering from the inside there. That's tough.
Yeah.
Howard again with a run that he just can't do really anything with because it's so hard to pass in turn 4.
He is all over the bumper of that car.
I want to note too, these guys are putting a clinic on as far as cleanliness compared to officials.
Seriously.
Yeah, kudos to all these guys. They're putting on an actual race.
I would be horrified racing this close with a group of 6 dudes and officials. Around Long Beach of all places. I'd be terrified.
Seriously. Meanwhile, Carrie's beginning to... Oh, another wall kiss from Eddie. I think that's okay, though. It was pretty square. Carrie's
It's just
beginning
a
to
line.
check out. I swear, they ended the tire barriers on the exit of turn 9 there, right where you would actually want them. Because you never hit the tire barriers going through that corner wide.
That's true. You just smack the concrete.
Yeah, it's the same as turn 1. Hopefully we don't see that come into play here. Jeff diving inside.
Howard keeps just throwing little dummy moves at Nick, just hoping for a
Ooh.
mistake.
And Eddie backs out. Jeff gets through into the fountain.
Damn. It's one hell of a place to make a pass.
Yeah, I think with the contact that they saw through there before, Eddie decided to just let it happen this time and maybe set up a move later on in the race if he can tuck behind.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's not damaged from those wall contacts.
It is so hard to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, his car looks relatively okay.
Oh, another
another
wall
one.
tap. Oh, and that cost him another spot.
Oh, that's going to result in wheel damage at some point.
Oh no!
Oh, no! Oh! So ultimately what I just got out of that is that the Rexy livery is bad luck.
I totally missed it. I was looking at another car. Did he tow?
Yeah.
He towed. Crap.
Yeah, him and Howard.
That was
That's unfortunate.
yeah, that's a tricky one.
Yeah. Because, like, it looked like Howard got a little bit loose just pushing on that exit. Which, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've done about 1,000 times.
Yup.
Yeah.
Ah, that is tough. Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie saw the spin just a little late, and then got a little bit of a love tap from Adrian to send him around. Unfortunately.
Dang. Hate to see it.
So Jeff inheriting a podium position from that whole scuffle. Wait, no, he was already in the podium position.
Yeah, he had already made it through on Gee.
I guess with a lot more breathing room.
Not Gee, Eddie. My bad. Like, everybody driving purple and green cars is so cool, but then I'm like, which one are you again?
Not even halfway through yet. Well, maybe with the pace lap, we're about exactly halfway through.
I'm showing about 11 minutes left.
Yeah, I think if we keep this pace, we should get about 15 laps. Which, where's Carey at? I haven't checked up on him this entire race.
He's got a solid gap here. Also,
he's up to
currently
4
holding the
seconds.
fastest lap. So my hunch about the Cayman being the fastest car this week seems to have been quite wrong.
Well, and what's crazy about that is Carey's been struggling like crazy to get this Merc around this track all week long.
Yeah, I guess I should clarify. That's not to take away from Carey's driving. He's doing a great job, but the guys were saying that the data was heavily in favor of the Merc this week. And maybe it is that first gear launch that you were mentioning, Aaron. Seems to, I mean, if you can get a great launch out of the hairpin, you benefit all the way down this long straight that Carey's taking right now.
I'm just curious.
I would attribute that first gear, Mercedes. It's lethal in the right situations. I think that's a hard one to beat.
So Carey was carrying 143 miles an hour coming into turn 1. It looks like the Porsches are about a mile an hour slower even into the first corner. Which, I mean, isn't much, but over 20 minutes.
Yeah. And if they're accelerating, getting up to that top speed quicker,
Yeah.
not 100% that that's the case, but it could be.
We
But-
do have a battle brewing. Zayd and James are getting ready to battle for that sweet, sweet P8.
All right, let's check in on that.
Oh.
The move into
Stayed
turn
on the
8.
inside.
All right.
Good move, but gave him a really bad run out of there, so James is already right back to side by side with him. The world's longest over under.
And he saves it.
Good save.
The world's longest over under.
Oh, and Zayd got a much better exit out of the hairpin.
And remind me, who's the car behind James? That striped car? He must
Jeremy.
Not, Jeremy. He must not be on the same lap. Okay, Jeremy's in a different livery too.
Yeah.
No more
Weekly.
Pawnee, Indiana.
I think he's doing it to mess with us. I'm firmly convinced he's doing it just to throw us off every week.
It's like, maybe if I keep changing liveries, they won't know who I am and they can't commentators curse me.
Jeremy making the move on James to unlap himself.
Howard with some front end damage and no rear wing, but he's powering through here.
Hell yeah. You don't need arrow. Very curious though, is he gonna be like real squirrely into the braking zone because of it?
May have even been crabbing. Ooh. Put those two right wheels over the double yellow. Hopefully he didn't get a slowdown from that. Ooh, I heard some big wall contact.
I think that was James kissing that left side wall, exiting the fountain.
Yep. Oh.
It's another good one to kiss. Like the face on the front end of Howard's car whenever it's got damage is funny. It's just, you know, battle scars.
Dylan's in a new livery too, isn't he?
I'm assuming that's the one that Eddie made for him.
Okay, let's check this one out.
The Pickle Man.
Dill Pickles Racing. Let's give this one some love since we don't have any super tight battles today. Pickle Man, wow. Dill with it.
Some might say that's a Vlasic, if you know what I mean.
That was terrible.
Oh my goodness.
That is a pretty funny livery he's got though.
Kerry continuing to extend his lead there. I'm not quite sure what to say about that start because they followed everything we said. It just got so checked up in the back half of the line. I don't really know what we can do to try and fix that. I mean, it's a good thing that it wasn't 6 wide going into turn 1.
We ask everybody to try harder the second time.
I guess. I mean, kind of asking for chaos if we have them wait for the start-finish line.
Yeah.
But
oh, Dylan into the wall.
they've had plenty of time, I guess, if they had the pace to catch other cars, to catch them, and everyone's kind of found their own little pocket to run laps in, so
Oh, definitely.
there we go. So
Yeah, we might have them check up just a little bit from the pace car on this next upcoming race. I think that might be the only way to keep the group bunched up.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not a bad idea. Kerry with a 25 flat. I'd like to see what the pole time was. Yeah. Zaid's pole time was a 25.1, so Kerry, I mean, granted he's burned off some fuel, but he's running, his fastest lap is quicker than pole time right now.
Looks like the track might be cooling a little bit too, which is weird. But I know at the start of our session we were like 110, and now we're down to the 92-degree track.
Yeah, true. Guess it's
Very chilly.
Guess it's like 3:35 in sim, so sun's starting to head down. Shout out to Phil, our Long Beach local, wasn't able to make it tonight, at least for race 1. His internet is out, I guess.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Hopefully that comes back quick enough for him to make it to race 2.
Yep.
Nick on a little bit of a resurgence as well. His last lap was not only a personal best, but he's closing that gap down to Jeffrey in P3.
Yeah, he is.
With a damaged car and 1 or 2 laps left to get up there and make the pass.
Yeah, I'm thinking when they cross the line this time, it should be a white flag.
Oh! And just gets right into the wall on exit. That's going to really hurt his run.
That first gear is unruly coming out of that hairpin, man. It's tough. It's all torque when you're pointed like at a 90-degree angle to the wall, and you have to try and keep it out of there without fishtailing too crazy.
Yeah, very true.
Eric Faust quietly has climbed up from P9 to P6. His car looks incredibly clean. Just running his laps here.
Nice.
He's closed down to Adrian here and there and lost on a few corners, so might not have the time to actually get
Alright.
up there and make a pass, but
This is white flag. Carrie is stopping the car.
all right. Congrats to Kerry for the win. Kevin P2, Jeff Seegers P3, Nick Cox P4. Adrian P5, Eric P6. Got Barajas coming in, P7. Zaid from pole to 8th. He's going to be looking to have a cleaner race next time. Somehow missed Howard and James in P9 and 10. Dylan 11, Jeremy 12th. And Eddie, I think, is still in the pits for P13, as well as Coley. I missed what happened to Coley.
I missed that one as well.
Me too. He didn't do very many laps.
Shall we head back and see what the guys are saying?
Yeah?
Yeah, most definitely.
Cool.
Quali Paul, don't survive.
That was hard.
Well. Congrats to Kerry, Kevin, and Jeff, podium finishers. Nice job, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any thoughts after that one?
Yeah, I gotta not been in first lap. The fucking turn 5, it's out to get me again.
Turn 5
God
is
damn it.
tough, man.
And I was being gentle. I didn't know why I binned it.
I set my stream up to the point where so I have it so you guys can see my screen and stuff, and then I have a little box where you can see your guys' stream. And I found out the hard way that I can see whenever you guys switch cameras, because there's just on the side of my eye there's a random light flash. It kept on fucking distracting me.
Oh my god.
So if you're looking at my stream, you'll just see me glancing over every now and then, because I'm just like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, oh, and I understand what the fuck it was. And I was like, god damn it, that's gonna be the whole race.
Yeah, we were spotlighting your pickle scheme.
Shout out Eddie. Shout out Eddie.
Yeah, that thing's hilarious. Deal with it, man.
Speaking of Eddie,
Deal with it.
sir, we have a question about your livery.
Yeah.
Is he in here?
Yeah, he's muted.
He's muted.
He said he didn't want to talk to you.
Yeah, he's
Understandable.
I have a question. how do I deal with the tires that I overheated because I'm stupid?
Here. Well, you're definitely not stupid. First of all, that's Long Beach. That's just Long Beach, right?
Yeah, I overheated the left front like 9 or 10 minutes into the race, and then I was just fighting to just stay and not hit the walls.
So the first thing I would recommend doing is moving your brake bias backwards. What do you have it set at race start?
At race start, I think I had it on -175.
Okay. I mean, the best measure is to try to prevent any tire abuse or overheating. So, you know, brake lighter, brake sooner, try to carry more momentum. But if you're struggling with a lot of understeer, you can continue to move your brake bias farther back during the race. And that'll start to shift the tire temps to the rear axle and kind of loosen up a little bit on the fronts, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it did help a little bit. I actually thought about it, and I did it, and it did help a little bit. But I think they were just past the point where they would actually get better, and I think I just trashed them, and then it was better, but it wasn't like good by any stretch.
Right. I mean, for all you guys too, like if you wind up struggling like that with the tires, you can try just like a chill lap. Try to stay out of ABS, you know, brake super early or lift right before the braking zone, and try to give your tires like a cool down lap, so to speak, and then go back to push laps after that and see what it feels like.
Awesome, thanks.
Yeah.
Or you can just box for new tires.
No, I was running 5th after qualifying like 10th or something.
Yeah, massive kudos to you guys. I know it wasn't the most eventful race, but boy, was that a million times cleaner than anything the officials have been producing.
Ooh, I gotta do my
I'm
laundry.
not surprised at all.
Eddie, what's going on with that livery, man?
I'm biting everyone in the track. Oh, I almost not got here. My boss called late with a rush thing, and
Wait, there's a second race?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Yesterday I short the travel of my throttle, so right now I have too aggressive throttle on corners and I'm spinning around. I'm more drifting than running until I get used to it.
Gotcha.
The throttle had too long travel, so I modified to have a shorter one, but I need to get used to it.
Well, we were saying
whoever-
that you guys all just changed liveries so we wouldn't know who any of you were. That way we couldn't commentators curse you.
Oh.
Isn't that's why we set permanent numbers? You guys should know numbers by now.
Oh, man. I haven't bothered to learn them, but I guess I got to start.
Yeah, I'm still trying to make sure I have everybody's name associated with the right voice in voice chat.
You
I
and
don't
me
have
both,
that.
brother.
Dude, like 3 of you all sound alike, so I just don't say anything anymore.
I can't tell Americans apart very well.
Yeah, that's about right.
They're all the same. They look
Have you
the
seen our
same.
news stations?
Bald eagle.
Aaron, I saw my rear wing on the track when I spun back the right way.
Oh, gotcha.
It was
I saw it
taunting
and I
you.
was like, we'll drive on it and we'll see. And I spun out, of course, again. But then Dylan was too close, and I was like, I think if it's costing me a second a lap, I don't want to go through the pits.
How was Long Beach without a rear wing?
It was pretty chill. I did my fastest lap of the race
The
without a
wing's
rear
just
wing.
slowing you down.
You know what? This track does have like such slow corners. I wonder if you do get faster without a wing.
I had really bad wheel damage, so my wheel was pointing 45 degrees to the left. so that wasn't helping.
So extra grip. No, I'm kidding.
I got wheel damage and it let me get through the hairpin better.
Nick, I could not get past you at the hairpin, and you were scrubbing the wall, and I was like, man, I can't get a good exit to get
Yeah.
past him.
It's a tough place to pass, even though I was fucking it up.
Because
Never
you
do
would
well.
brush it, I couldn't run the full width. Otherwise, I would just plow into the back of you. So I
Yeah,
just
that
kept
was
it narrow.
that was tactical. I did that on purpose. What-
I kept it narrow because I didn't want to bin you into the wall. So I got worse runs down the straight than I would have needed to pass you.
yeah.
I just got disconnected from the server. What the fuck?
Did you change to the new session?
Yep. It said there's an error occurred. Which,
Oh.
by the way, on the
Cheats not
stream, it
detected?
still. By the way, I think it's Aaron. Whoever's running it still says loading second race.
What was that, Dylan?
I said it still says loading second race on the stream.
Oh, gotcha. Clayton is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See, that's why you have that little stream window up.
Again,
in your
it's
OBS.
another perk. I was gonna say it's another perk of having it. I'm gonna post my stream really quickly so you guys can see what I'm talking about when I say I have it up. I started doing it because I was playing Arma last week with some buddies, and another guy also streamed, and so I was like, oh, let's see.
Stream sniping?
Yeah.
iRacing stream sniping. What do you know that we don't?
I know exactly where everybody else is at all times.
He's looking at your tire temps.
I'm looking at your tire temps. Besides the fact that it is, I'm pretty sure, delayed a little bit. Because by the time I was going around the hairpin, it showed, because I just randomly looked up, it showed that whoever was P1 was going around the hairpin, so. Tad bit delayed.
Haven't real life drivers like watched crashes happen on the big screen and then like factor that in as they're going to that sector?
Yeah, remember Fernando?
Yeah.
He was watching watching Stroll on the big screen one time.
I don't know how they have mental capacity to do it. Like, all my mental capacity goes to not crashing, really. But that they like watch it. I think there was a radio clip where GP was talking to Max, and there was like a phone in the background, and Max was just like, "Is that Helmut's phone?"
Yeah, wasn't there one that it was also like he was like I think he was doing practice laps or quality laps or something, and then like the McLaren engine started up and he was like, "Hey, like sounds like the McLarens are going out."
Yeah. I don't know how they
Like
do
what
that.
the hell?
Insane.
That's also just Max being Max.
That dude's just straight up like obsessed with racing. F1's just a fucking side hobby.
I mean, if your choice as a kid was to race or be left on a gas station, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, you know how many like Project Verstappen jokes I've like seen about guys becoming fathers?
Yeah, I bet.
My left wrist is starting to hurt from the hairpin.
Get one of those tracker knobs that we were talking about during practice.
Oh, I do need that.
All right, gentlemen. Good luck in quali.
Yeah, good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Good luck, gentlemen.
So I don't want to speak for our drivers, but I can tell by the general vibe of the voice chat this week compared to others that many of us are ready to move on from Long Beach. It's so punishing. I can't say I blame them one bit. You can run out of a 15 lap race, you can run 14 great laps and overstep the exit one time, and your car's toast for the rest of the race, or at least heavily compromised. Eric making good use of the inside curb there through the fountain. And this cockpit view gives a great sense of the bumps that you have to deal with. Just kind of a hallmark trait of any street circuit. A professionally prepared racetrack surface is a lot different than a road that's got oil and grime and regular abuse from weather and semi-trucks throughout the entire year. And not only that, you're crossing back and forth between different surfaces, concrete to asphalt. You're crossing back and forth between different roads with sometimes uneven seams, so you can really see all of the bumps. And you can definitely feel them in the wheel, which can be quite jarring as you're trying to get the car through a tough braking zone. So let's ride on board for another lap here. Still got about 6 minutes, a little under 6 minutes to go. Using all of the track there, nearly clipping the wall. Would like to see a little bit more use of those temporary curbs on the inside of turn 5, but the theme as we were instructing on this course this week was to find something that's repeatable, so even if there's a certain line that's 2-3 tenths faster, if you don't feel like you can do it comfortably every lap, just find something that you can repeatably do. You know, next time you come around to this track, whether it's later this year or next year, then you can start pushing the more advanced, more difficult lines. But for the time being, just find something that's repeatable, because oh, and Eric looks like he's bailing out on this lap to get a little extra runoff. Good launch there as he comes down the front straight. Let's switch on to somebody else here. Nice laps, Eric. Our current pole sitter again is going to be Zaid. So let's see what he's doing. Another Cayman driver. Currently he's got the pole by a little over half of a second. So quite comfortably sitting in pole. Electing to take turn 5 in 3rd gear. Which definitely reduces the risk of wheel spin. But I don't know that it gives you the same launch out of the corner. But that goes back to what we were saying a minute ago. Find something that's repeatable. Alright, Kevin Cohen improving his 2nd place lap time. He is solidly into the 25s. Jeff Segrist just behind him, improving his lap by a little bit. Looks like we're going to have another good fight for 1 through 4, maybe 1 through 5 on our hands. Still plenty of time for our race 1 winner, Kerry, to pull out a fast lap here and take the pole away. His fastest lap in the first race. Now granted, track conditions are probably a little bit hotter in this session, but his fastest lap in the first session would sit nearly a half a second faster than current pole, so he's still got plenty of time to pull something out. I'm going to take us back into the voice chat. I fully expect more quiet focus, but let's see what our guys are talking about. Thanks again for joining us. We'll get race 2 started in about 5 minutes here.
Dang. E6. In front of me now.
Yeah, I got a cutting the corner and a turn and a cutting the corner on before.
I'm still struggling to get consistent on turn 5. It's that like bump. I'm not very good with the elevation changes, or just with the car bouncing around, I guess.
So the trick that I've found for turn 5 is to get over the hill before you start to get back on power. So if you think about getting the car rotated early, kind of coast over the crest, wait for the car to resettle and all the car's weight land back on the suspension and tires, and then you can start to pick up throttle from there.
Yeah. I just feel like I'm so slow when I'm doing that. But it's just this track is tricky. It feels like if it feels slow, then it's faster. I found. And it's just so weird for me.
I mean, somebody was talking about that being the case. I think it was Clayton talking about it in particular, but that is kind of the sensation around here. The laps that feel sluggish are normally the best ones.
Yeah.
I think Guillermo also left a message with that too.
Yeah, and ultimately with this one, I think finding something repeatable is the most important thing, because you can, in a 15-lap race, you can run 14 great laps, and if you overstep one time, it's pretty punishing.
Yeah.
But did you want to make a note about the race start procedure, Aaron?
Yeah,
That's
we're gonna try this out. First off, congrats to Carrie. Nice response to that pole position. So kudos, you're gonna be leading the pack down the start finish. So same stuff that we talked about for race 1, it'll still apply for race 2, of course. What we want to change is to check up when you're coming through the carousel before the hairpin. So instead of following the pace car through there, I want to see Carrie. I want to see you back up just a little bit from the pace car, so everybody expect a little bit of a checkup. Let's try to get the cars bunched up pretty nicely coming into the hairpin. So that way we're all in a tighter group coming down the start finish.
Still in a straight line, right?
Yes, sir. Yep. Still single file.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Single file through the hairpin, then back side by side before the start, or single file all the way?
It seems like we won't have time. It seems like it's just gonna
Yeah.
go.
That's what
Yeah. Should we use the runoff to just kind of build for it that way?
Tried.
I'm gonna,
didn't work.
just because I'm waiting
Yeah.
until green, because I just don't feel like it's kind of fair to just punch it.
I mean, at least it made for a clean start.
True.
That is true. We were super far apart from each other at some
Yeah.
point. I think it was like the back 5 of us were pretty far from Eric. So
It kind of bunches back up at that first turn anyway. So
Yeah. Well, I had about a second and a half, at least a second gap,
All right, I'm gonna deafen.
because
Have
I
fun,
was
guys.
in the hairpin when it went green.
yeah, same.
All right, guys. Best of luck, and
Good
we'll
luck.
see you guys in 20 minutes.
Wait, so Carrie, are you going on green?
He's deafened. He's deafened.
Yeah, he's
He
definitely.
said yes
Oh,
on green
okay.
though.
yeah, he said yes on green. Yeah,
Okay.
it gives everybody time to.
All right. Well, you certainly tried.
Yeah, they'll make the best of it.
Yeah.
However that winds up working out.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, I was feeling a change in the vibe compared to previous weeks. I feel like a lot of these guys are ready to be done with Long Beach, so I hope they can have a good race to either set them up for a couple more sprints this week if they choose, or a good send-off for Long Beach, because this place is tough, man. It's tiring, it's difficult, it's frustrating. Just feeling a little bit of discouragement in the air. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah, I think it's maybe a 50-50 split. You have kind of alluded to this once before, but the guys who get it figured out wind up loving it, and the guys who don't get it figured out wind up hating it.
Yep. Absolutely. As
All
we
right,
take
we're
the green, much cleaner start in terms of being bunched up, but will they keep it clean through turn 1? Immediately challenged by Zaid. Oh, some battling in the back already. Carey breaking early on the inside. Keeps the lead. Jeremy with a wiggle is able to hold on to it. That was clean.
Oh, Oh, we have a lot of cars in one spot. Everybody's still pointed forward. Oh, I spoke too soon.
Was that Barajas around?
Yeah, unfortunately, he got tagged there on the exit of the fountain.
Damn.
Howard around on turn 5. Man. Keep it out of the wall. Oh, he hit the wall. It's so tough to just light up the tires and actually get the car whipped around without hitting the wall there. You just got to kind of eat it and do a 3-point turn. Kerry with a solid defense of his lead there with a lot more pressure than the first race start. I think he's got the pace to hold it, but Zaid's got the draft here. Apologies if you could hear some background chatter.
I didn't hear nothing.
Okay, good. Apparently, some people think watching cars go around the track like it's a real race is hilarious. So, okay, we got Kevin.
You're just getting bullied out there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We got the Intimidator staying within touch of the leaders here.
Oh, the Intimidator's intimidating.
Oh, the mismatch in speeds to the hairpin is always a clencher, but
yeah, it is.
Managed to keep out of each other through there that time.
Jeremy's looking much more feisty race 2 as well. He's looking to get involved.
Oh yeah.
As long as he can keep the car under him, I think he's got a good shot at that.
Is this lap 3 now?
Yep.
So the
Yes, sir.
the tires should be solidly up to temp. I think he can give these guys a run for their money.
Nick setting the fastest lap of the race so far as well, the 26 flat, rounding out the top 5.
Very nice. Making good use of the tighter line through turn 6 and 7.
Zaid is looking a lot more put together in this race.
Yeah, I think after you do the warm-up and the quali with hot tires, you can kind of get used to that unless you consciously say, okay, cold tires, heavy car.
Yeah.
Let's get this thing up to temp before we start pushing again. It seems like majority of our drivers have been able to do that.
Definitely.
Gosh, the Merc sounds so good.
First of all, how dare you?
I know. I know. I'm sorry. It just sounds so nice coming out of the corners, man.
You're not wrong though. That has a much nicer exhaust note than, to be crude, a fart in a can.
But we love that. We love that canned flatulence here at CTD.
It's our preferred method.
Yes.
Sounds like an '03 Honda with an eBay muffler, but okay.
VTech baby.
Tonight's broadcast sponsored by
VTech.
Fart Can. Oh, same thing.
Pike
Honestly, what is the difference?
Starting to get a little bit stretched out here, but still just one mistake away from everybody bunching back up.
They took the fastest lap of the race so far on that last one.
Is the track cooling back down again? Because I was seeing the slower quality times than I expected. I mean, we're looking at 103. It's certainly not cool.
It was at 104 last lap, so it is cooling. I just don't think it's going to cool as much as we got last race.
Got you.
With that being said, too, we're looking at 10-degree warmer track temps, and these guys are still running the same lap times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very true. Getting that first race out of the way and a little bit of a draft to help things.
Just those first race jitters, you know? You always got the second one.
Yeah. That is really nice to have a 2-race format for that purpose.
Yeah.
I swear most sport next week is going to feel like you're driving a hovercraft after all the bumps in these things. Or in this track. It's going to be pretty refreshing, I think.
It also has such a flow to it. You know, the only slow sections of the track is oh boy, I can't remember the corner name or number, but top of the hill with that double right apex, and then that penultimate corner.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed to say that that's one of the few tracks I don't have. I've never turned a lap at Most Sport, but I've watched a decent amount of racing there, and that's kind of the vibe that I get from it.
Just excited to go back to a proper track and get away from street circuits.
Yeah, man.
I want to love street circuits so badly.
You and me both, man. I just can't. They're
yeah.
garbage.
It's just not there.
No, dude. It's just the grip on public roads just does not exist. They're too oily.
As far as street circuits go, this one actually has some unique corners. It's not all just 90 degrees, but I'm with you guys.
This is true.
I'm with you guys.
The fountain corner is cool, but like, you know.
Jeez, just at Las Vegas next time.
Okay. That's fine.
You know what makes me the saddest is I'm actually going to be going to Belle Isle this weekend, and
no way.
They don't even race there anymore. They moved it to Detroit, downtown Detroit, and that one's just all 90 degrees. But yeah, so that's more the one I was thinking of. But Vegas is pretty meh too. Plus the manholes try to kill you.
Yeah. That is the thing. You know what street course I am a fan of, at least for spectating? When IndyCar goes to Nashville, the spectacle of them driving over the bridge is just
fun.
That's something else.
I agree. That's a good street course. Also, unfortunately, I hate to break it to you, no longer on the schedule.
Yeah.
Rip.
Surprise, surprise.
They're coming to Arlington this year, so we'll see how that one is.
Arlington, what state?
Texas.
Really?
Yes, sir.
After F1 success at Miami parking lot, resort, and beach, IndyCar wants to duplicate that.
It's Walmart brand Miami GP.
If that's the case, then they should just bring back the San Antonio street circuit.
Ah, man. Race cars on San Antonio roads. That's a big budget.
They would have to repave all of downtown.
Or bring multiple cars.
Probably both.
Switch to stadium trucks for the weekend.
Yeah,
Dude.
that might be a better option. Oh, we have some side-by-sides for P6.
Let's check them out. Oh, into the fountain. Bold move, but he made it stick. With a little bit of damage, no less. That must have been from his contact with Barajas. Adrian's still in the mix to maybe grab a couple spots after his spin here.
Oh, we got Howard in the pit.
I'm really thinking Kevin is mounting an attack on P2 here. Zayd's still got the fastest lap, but it seems like that gap's come down quite a bit.
Yeah, he's got him down to 0.7 seconds.
And our leader, Carey, certainly not out of the woods yet, but he's starting to lengthen the gap. Not quite walking away like race 1, but I'm sure he'd be happy to see them fighting behind him.
Yeah. He's not walking away, but he has been holding a very steady gap.
Now, the Intimidator might have earned himself a new nickname.
Oh, yeah?
Kevin's laps between lap P4, or excuse me, between lap 4 and lap 8 are separated by 0.2.
Wow.
Oh, holy crap, Mr. Consistent over here.
That is impressive here. And they're not slow laps either.
No.
Yeah, 25's consistent race pace. That's quick.
Man, that's the consistency I like thrive for.
Don't we all?
Yeah, dude.
And he does it again.
That's pretty
my
incredible.
God.
Now, is it
Looks
possible
like we're
for the...
down to like 4 laps. Sorry, Clayton.
No, that's okay. Is it possible for the two of them to work together to get up to P1 at this place? I don't know if there's enough potential drafting space for that to even happen here. Or if they would choose to do so.
With 4 laps left, I don't know if they would choose to do so necessarily. I think they would have to have like the perfect hairpin exit to get like instant bump drafting.
Yeah, that would be hard to coordinate even if they were trying.
Yeah.
I also think the temptation to make that pass happen into T1 is so
Way too high.
Yeah, so strong. And then with that, if you can get ahead of somebody and then start to pull away through the rest of the track where it's just so difficult to overtake, why not go for that pass instead of working together?
Oh, Carey's
Yeah.
a little loosey-goosey.
Oh.
I completely agree, though. Man, Carey managing to minimize the damage from what appeared to be an oversteer moment coming out of the hairpin. But his 1.4 gap is down to a 0.4. He's going to have to nail this brake zone. But then to your point, Aaron, what are they going to do for the rest of the lap unless he makes another mistake? Oh, not sure if
He's
that
just
was
gonna
contact.
park it.
Yep.
That dangling carrot, it's right there.
Yep.
Yep.
I don't know. This is so close to the front. I couldn't tell you who's going to take this.
This is anybody's.
Yeah, a little bit of hot tires. He might have another compromised exit coming out of the hairpin here.
Yeah, he's one more bad hairpin away from losing 2 spots.
Oh. Kevin really aggressive under braking into turn 9.
Intimidator's intimidating.
Oy.
Dangling carrots everywhere, guys. These guys want those spots.
So bad.
All 3 drivers using the most they can on the entry to corner 1 there. Yeah, now the tables have turned. Maybe Kevin's laying back a bit, hoping to see P1 and P2 battle and try to get a twofer.
I'm curious to know how the tires are affecting these guys' strategies with this front pack.
Yeah, it's something that's so hard to be conscious of when you're in the heat of a chase. Oh! There it is. Is this the twofer?
That's the twofer.
There it was.
There's the tires coming into play
Oh
for
my god,
Carey.
and Kevin made a double move. Holy shit.
Wow. Doesn't look like there's any damage from to the front of Zayd's car. Now this is a challenge too for Kevin because he's been chasing. Now he's got no carrot. It's so easy to back off in these situations. Play it a little conservative, and then you've got those cars right back on your bumper. But he's got to keep running good laps.
Absolutely the truth. You almost have to switch that that mindset, you know, right in the moment, and it can be so difficult to do that.
Yeah, changing modes with the pressure of holding the race lead is definitely very difficult. Carey, I wonder if he's got a little bit of damage or something from that wall contact. Dropping back a little bit, because he's certainly not out of the race for the lead, but this might be white flag here, so he is running out of time.
Yeah, it's hard to tell with that livery he's got on the car. It almost looks like his back bumper is a little deflected, but
And I believe that is white flag, or I believe that is checkered flag.
one to
No,
go.
1 to go. We're on white flag.
I think Keith's so anxious. He's looking for this race to be over as well.
Dude, I am so anxious. Are you kidding me? Holy shit, Kevin was just laying in wait for, what, 13 laps?
It's not over yet. Zayd is
It's not.
he's really chasing. He wants that P1.
The Intimidator does not get intimidated.
Extremely tight line through 6 and 7. Seems like it actually paid off.
Yeah.
All right, 2 more good exits to go.
I almost just want to go watch somebody else.
He's been. I'm not gonna say it.
Nope.
Very solid through the hairpin. Now I can say it.
Now we can say it.
Yes. Whew.
I was holding my breath for that hairpin, I'm not gonna lie.
Congratulations. Let's make sure that was the last lap. Think so.
Yeah, he's slowing up.
Yep. Okay. Congrats, Kevin
Congrats,
and
Kevin.
Zayd and Carey. What an epic battle.
Man, to see
Jeffrey
all
pulling
their
P4 right behind them all.
bumpers, right up against each other in the hairpin. It's like, we had the front bumper of Carrie's car coming on entry, Zayd at the apex, Kevin on exit. Woo, that was close.
That was crazy. It was an exciting race.
Heck yeah, it was. Eddie coming home with a solid P9. Dylan bringing her in for P10. Oh, Dylan with a big reverse drift entry attempt into T1. Or reverse entry attempt. Nice.
And then we have James and Howard rounding out our same lap finishers.
Well, very nice stuff. Let's go talk to the boys.
Heck yeah.
It was fun watching y'all go at it.
Man, some drama last 3-4 laps there for the lead. Nice work, guys.
That is a result of turning my brake bias forward, but instead of backwards.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Party foul.
I'm just like, why am I turning so easily? And I'm like, ah, crap.
Oh.
Alright, I gotta go early, guys. The races.
See
Later,
ya.
man. Right on.
Yeah.
See ya.
Much tighter start, by the way, everyone, but everybody got through clean for the most part through T1 and 2, so nice job.
Dude, I was keeping up with Jeremy for or was it no, it was Jeffrey, sorry. I was keeping up with Jeffrey for a while. And then the last corner I just went too deep and my back end hit it right on the hairpin. It was awful.
So
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Did I keep fastest lap?
yes, you
I
did.
don't know how to.
125.27. So nice job on that.
Good job, Zayd.
Thank you.
Well, I am done with this track. Hallelujah.
You read my mind, Carrie.
I am thankful we're fucking done with this.
I was gonna say, so
This
are
is
we?
definitely the most stressful track so far.
Yeah, there's no time to breathe or hardly even think. I was gonna say, are we feeling amped to get into some public races this weekend, or are we already looking forward to Mo Sport next week? How are we feeling?
Yeah, I'm done with this track.
Yeah, I'm done.
I mean, it's fun. I don't think my safety rating can survive that.
I don't think the public races are gonna be as clean as this.
Yeah.
I'm checking the times on the public races right now.
We
Earlier,
can watch
I was
our
like-
incidents in full HD this time.
What is Mo Sport? I've never raced that track.
It's
Oh, it's Canadian. That's Canada.
right. We were
Hey there.
we were talking about it a little bit during I think race 1 or race 2, something like that, but it is a drastic difference to what you guys were driving this week. You went from a street course where you can't pass and everything is heavy braking zone, slow corners. Most sports the opposite. Everything's fast, high speed, really flowy. It'll be an interesting change of pace.
I think I'm gonna run some officials. I'm looking at the results for what my split would be, and what I was doing tonight is way better than anybody's running.
Hey.
Take a two.
Nice.
I was gonna say everybody's times in here would be extremely competitive in the strength of fields respectively.
Yeah, when I was keeping up with Jeff, I got like a 26. That was my fastest. So this whole thing, I think without following anybody, I think my fastest is like a 27 flat. So that's not crazy, but not bad. Fuck! I just spilled water on myself. God.
It was so tight between Kevin, Carrie, and me that like I don't think we were running like many laps under 26. Yeah,
It wasn't
it
until
was
the second
mostly
race.
26s.
Let's see. My first half were 25 up until lap 8. That's when I couldn't do 25s anymore. Except for the last lap, apparently.
Well, I gotta give a big shout out to Kevin. Mr. Consistency over here ran like 8 laps within 2/10 of each other.
Ooh,
Nice.
that's impressive. Oh yeah, I'm looking at time. Jesus, that is very consistent.
Yeah, I was like, dude, holy cow.
That's a crazy track.
So he says that so subtly.
No, I'm saying I didn't have the speed to beat 1 and 2, so I was like, maybe if I just sit back here long enough, something will happen, and sure enough, it did.
Yeah, so Zayd, when Carrie had that moment, what was going on in your head? Were you like, yes, finally I get past this guy, or what?
All that was in my head was, oh fuck, don't take me out too. I pretty much did not really give a shit about passing because of just like the nature of the track. Like there was also a few times at like the start of the race where I could have made a move and it's just not worth it on this track from my point of view. It was just survival the entire time.
Well, hold on. I'm pretty sure Zayd still took P1 for AM, didn't he?
Yeah.
When?
Yeah.
True.
What?
Wait, what?
For the different classes.
Yeah.
Because like graduate and non-graduate, he took first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's AM. Okay.
So
Oh, yeah.
you guys are all fighting for the same points still, but that is an AM win.
Yep.
Nice.
Sweet. Woo.
Way to go.
I need to compete in more like official races. But ever since joining the league, it's just kind of I really like racing here a lot more.
Yeah, it's hard to go back to officials after the league races.
I mean, we love to hear that, but guys,
I
come on,
know.
give me some
I
more
know.
grads. Give me some more grads. Come on.
Okay, I would have raced if it wasn't Long Beach. I'll race next week. I promise.
Yeah, I haven't raced since. Wait, what was the other one? Wait, no.
That's the
No,
ring.
this track is crazy. I'm on most pro right now. It's fun as hell.
I just want to do
Nice.
24 hours of spa.
Matt, you wasted no time. You're like, get me out of Long Beach, please.
Yeah, I haven't raced since Barcelona, so. Or actually, no, it was the ring. Yeah.
Actually, after Daytona 24, I wasn't practicing racing that much or racing that much. I'm just kind of tired.
I feel you there. I kind of took almost a week off myself.
Then I just come back to the draft master, and it's the worst decision ever.
It's really fun if you just don't care about your safety rating.
I've just already started practicing for Bathurst.
Yeah, that one's right around the corner.
Yeah.
I bought that immediately after the 12-hour.
Nice.
Nice. A
Well,
lot
my
of
front
the
end was fucked. Sorry.
You're fine. A lot of the mountain section of that track feels like Long Beach with those walls being so close. So maybe that's a good takeaway from this week, getting comfy with the walls.
I just go slow and easy.
Yeah, this track taught me sometimes you don't need to push it. Just survive.
Yeah, there you go.
Quick
Yeah.
question: are we going to be reviewing the incidents after those races or not? Just out of curiosity.
Sorry, guys, give me 1 sec. We can review.
We don't have
yeah.
to.
No, we
just
can-
ask. Out
No,
of
we'll-
curiosity.
We'll definitely review. Just give me like 30 seconds.
29.
All right.
I am out for the night. You guys have a good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop
Bye.
off too.
See you. Good night.
Have a good one, guys. Good win,
Later.
Kevin.
See ya. Nice job.
My Discord overlay wasn't up when we were talking about VIR. Who said who they might be interested in going?
Yeah, Matt, what's up?
You did? Okay.
Fuck
Other
yeah, let's
people
do
too?
it.
Honestly,
I think Dylan too.
is it an enduro or is it just like a race?
I think it's
All right, so As those guys plan a potential meetup at VIR, just want to sign off for the night. Thank you all for joining. We'll be back at Mo Sport, as you heard us discussing, next week. Thank you. Take it easy.